Well, hey there guys, how are you all doing? And happy holiday everybody. We are officially on that period, holiday, Christmas. Oh, December is my favorite month of the year. So happy holiday guys. In case this is your first time here, karibu. My name is Mercy and I make content about lifestyle of a mom. So from cleaning, cooking, homemaking, a bit of conversations here and there, and vlogs, everything that a mom does. So karibu, feel at home. In case you haven't subscribed, please do so. So guys, I realized it's been a minute since we talked about money, and guys, I just love talking about money. I love reading about money and empowering myself around money. So yeah, today I decided we do a video on money, and actually we want to do this video with my hubby, but he got a bit caught up and he couldn't make it for the shoot. So I was like, you know what, everything is ready, so why not, you know. So today, of course, I've written everything that I need to say on this book so that I don't miss out on anything. And today what I'm talking about is just discussing with you some of the smart money habits that have helped us to manage money as a couple. So in case like you're new here, a little background is I'm married, and actually I've been married for the past 2 years and some few months. And so when I look back at our journey with money since I was married, I've seen some growth, and we've been getting better and better. I don't think we've gotten there yet, but I can see growth, and so I just want to share with you some of the stuff that we've done that have been working for us, and not really tell you what to do, but just sharing my experience. And if you can learn a thing or two from that, then well and good. So karibu, and let's get to the video. When we got married, some few months in, we just sat down and started to talk about money. So I know it's advisable that you do this actually before you get married, probably when you're doing like your premarital counseling, but for us we didn't have that, and we just went into the marriage blindly, and then later on we just sat down and had that money conversation. And if there's one thing I'd actually advocate for, is just to have that conversation, you know. Talk about how much you earn, talk about your life, how would you want your, we talked about how we would want our life to be, like the kind of lifestyle we could afford, the kind of house we would afford, you know, basically lifestyle. We talked about education, like the type of school we would want our children to go to, things, basic things like, would you want a car or a plot first? You know, all those things that really affect where your money or how you can spend your money. Talk about everything, every one of those things. Actually, also even talked about retirement. I remember for us, if like there's one thing we are very clear about, is by the time we are retiring, we don't want to be renters. And it's so clear in our mind that we actually started making moves towards accomplishing that goal. So that talk helped us to be like on the same page. So we have shared goals, all these things that at times your partner thinks this one is better, and you probably personally, for me, I was like, I want a land first, and then maybe he's like, I want a car first. And then now, since each one of us have different goals, eventually it takes longer to accomplish those goals, instead of just focusing on one, which we actually did. Since we just talked and agreed this is what we would want first, we pulled our resources together and we worked towards that one goal. And it also helps like in decision making, because we're like, should we buy a plot of land or go for a holiday, you know. So if you're on the same page, it makes things so much easier. Another aspect when you're talking about money is just getting to understand where does each one of us lay in this relationship when it comes to money. What do I mean? When we got married, I had a debt in my circle, and so it was so clear when we were talking, and I mentioned, I told him, I have debts in this circle of this much. So that's now, for us, let me just say, when we got married, everything in us married, our finances, it has never been your money and my money. It has been always our money. So it was important for me to mention that I have a loan. And actually, he also had a loan. So we knew where we stand, So that now, after knowing where we stand, we now started discussing moving forward. What do we do? So, do we get a joint account? Do we put our money separately? What do we do? And actually, for us, we have not yet found a reason why we should have joint account. Each one of us puts their money separately, and that is working out well for us. And I also know of couples where I thought the baby is up. So I also know of couples where they have opened a joint account and they both deposit money, which now they use to sort out the bills in the house. That's how they do it, and it works really well. So it's just good to just discuss and know going forward how are we going to handle our money. Next thing that we did, we set financial roles, and by that I mean who is going to be taking care of which bill. Having well-written financial roles just helps to avoid confusion. From the word go, as the lady, I know I should be taking care of grocery shopping, paying the house help, etc, etc. And as the man, he knows house rent is on you, school fees is on you, etc. But okay, that's mostly for a typical home. For us, my husband is an entrepreneur. He's in business, and as a businessman, he's the CEO of his company. He's the salesman, he's the accountant, he's just basically everything because it's basically a small business. So we decided what we're going to do. Mercy, you handle everything home, all the bills, all the circles we are in, make sure they are sorted at the right time. Mine is just to give you the money, and just yours is to know when is rent due, when am I supposed to pay. And for him, he takes care of the business, balancing out suppliers and stock and whatever. So for us, that's how it works, because basically our home is like a one income home, let me say that, because as much as I make a few coins from YouTube, that money is just somewhere we have sort of forgotten about it. We are comfortable surviving on one income, so that now the other one can take care of something we are working on in the future. You get? So we survive on one income, and my role in that is to make sure everything in the house, or everything that pertains our family, from paying for insurance to rent to small bills, and basically everything, well, he sorts out his work, his business, and so it's easier. He never really worries. Rent lilipwa, no, his role is just to provide the money. He gives me a lump sum to just take care of everything, and then he's out. Even his chamas, I have to make sure they are sorted on time and everything else. So that's basically how for us the setting of financial roles comes in. But if you are maybe working, both of you are working, you are running on two income homes, maybe you might decide who is going to take care of which bill. The other thing that has really helped us is writing down our goals and working together as a team to attain those goals. So all our efforts are targeted towards that one thing, and it has really helped because we're on the same page, and we have already agreed. And if any one of us at some point feels like, oh my god, this goal is so big, can we divert? We're like, no, this is what we decided. We encourage each other, we work towards it, and I have seen some fruits, because there are some things that we've been able to accomplish that we had written them down, thank God. And so moving in that space, it really, really does help. The other thing, in this household, we do work with our budget, and actually I realized we started budgeting I think from the first month we got married. We sit down, come up with a budget, allocate everything, and our budget is all inclusive. But then if you would want to see how I make my budget, just comment down below. I can take you through the process of just coming up with a budget that is all inclusive. So we sit down, come up with a budget, we discuss how we are going to spend our money so that we have a clear pathway that will enable us reach our goals. And at times, as I said, he's in business. At times that we might come up with it. But so when you're in business, basically you don't have like a constant figure. Like when you're employed, I'm being paid 50,000, and so that's what you budget for. In business, at times it can be more, at times it can be less. So basically what we do, we come up with an average, and then we work with that. We are very realistic. We will come up with an average of, obviously how your business performs, and we work with that average. But business being business, at times we'll go, you'll have a deficit. Maybe you will probably not hit the target. It has happened to us. And when that happens, you have to go back to your budget and look what in this budget is. Can we really adjust? If it's like house expenditure, do we really need to have maybe a shopping of like 10,000? Maybe we can get 2,000 from there, get another 2,000, from somewhere else. So it has also taught us the art of being flexible in our budget. But basically, budgeting has really helped us to be in check and to be able to reach our short-term and long-term financial goals. In addition to budgeting, by the way, I would encourage you to also develop the habit of tracking your expense. We have been doing that since 2019. Immediately we got married, and it really enables you to know where you can cut back when things are bad. And if you would want to see a budgeting video, just tell me. So the last thing, by the way, as we are talking, don't think we are perfect with money. No, this one we have not. We have failed terribly. The whole of this year we've been planning, but so the next thing is to create an emergency fund. So an emergency fund is basically 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses saved. 3 to 6 months, okay? Guys, we have tried. I don't know whether it's the month that was tough or it's us who are not like really serious on coming up with an emergency fund, but we are not yet there. I'm hoping next year we are going to really work on it, because for me, I feel like the money I have in my circle, that's not my emergency fund. That's just money I've saved so that if I need a loan, I pick. So I want to be very intentional on developing an emergency fund. Probably put it on a money market fund so that it can be earning me a bit of interest here and there. Is it interest or dividend? Whatever you would want to call it. So that's something we're working on. Guys, tell me, comments down below, do you have an emergency fund? Do you have one, or you like us? But basically, those are just the simple steps that we have used to be better managers of our money. I think every family is dynamic, but there's just some simple things that as much as you're different, they will still work. For instance, having the conversation, setting out the financial roles, coming up with a budget and an emergency fund. Those are really basic. They can apply in any family. So check on that, try them out, tell me if you're gonna have any impacts, any change in your financial life. I don't know. It has worked for us, guys, so try it out. And thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays. Let me see you on my next one. Bye.